Hello, and welcome back, everybody, to this Season 6, Week 6 ETS tournament. So excited for everyone to be tuning in. In the booth with me, I have Mr. Gabe, a.k.a. Calimdir. Gabe, why don't you give us a rundown of these decks?
So this is an interesting matchup. On one side, we have Shed playing, a veteran, by the way, of ETS, if you don't know him, playing a spicy Xenon list that involves Memory Dredger and Xenon Cultist, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But let's just quickly go over this Chalice deck. Pretty typical Chalice deck over there, except, oh no, what's this? Scouting Party. Hold on. So he's actually got over there, Wolfpaq is playing copies of Dilfex Stalker from the new set, Copper Hall Bailiff, 4 Copper Hall Bailiff, and 4 Combra Healers. No Oni Rodins are getting through today, let me tell you. And also playing 3 Scouting Party. So notable cuts, Kothon, Great Parliament, Archive Curator, those kind of cards. So he's just trying to get a lot more card advantage out of each card in the late game, and then hoping to shore up that sort of mid-early game weakness by having the 4 Copper Hall Bailiffs. Interesting strategy. Definitely an interesting strategy, to be sure. But let's now talk about the Xenon Deadly Killers deck. I'm sure you're excited about that one.
Very much so. I actually, I think the Xenon Cultist and the Memory Dredger little shenanigans should be pretty interesting, especially with like Ephemeral Wisp and everything. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I'm wondering if the Xenon Obelisks are actually necessary, and if those 2 slots would be better for something else. But I'll let you handle the rundown.
Yeah, so I think the Xenon Obelisks make it so you can actually attack with Ephemeral Wisps and things like that. So I think they help.
Okay. All right, I can get behind that. And then I see 4 Blistering Wasp. I love Blistering Wasp. So such a good card. And then 4 Xenon Initiation. Okay. All right. I mean, you seemed very what was the most exciting thing for you about this? You seemed very excited.
Well, I was a lot more excited and before I realized that this was the 0-1 bracket. I thought I was like, man, both these decks coming in hot, starting off with a victory. But as I understand it, I think they're both 0-1 right now. But that doesn't mean that their chances are over for making top 8. So I'm still interested in seeing how this goes. Auric Interrogator is also another reason why you have the Xenon Obelisks, because it's just
very good point. There's no other way of boosting it to 5.
Well, there are actually.
Well, so Xenon Initiation and then
that's
Xenon
it.
Initiation. Okay.
Yeah, and Xenon Cultist maybe. Oh, and Dark Return if it dies. Like Dark Return, Xenon Cultist if it dies.
And it looks like players have gone ahead and they're started. We see the Blistering Wasp coming down from Shed. Wolfpaq immediately firing off the Desert Marshal to go ahead and silence and put it on the ground. I don't know if I would have fired it off that soon, in all honesty. I mean, what one attack in the air is not doing a ton.
Yeah, I would be more into that game plan if he had anything to do in the air or was gonna attack ever. I'm not convinced he's gonna do either of those things. So
Yeah, now we don't have an answer for the Xenon Cultist. Harsh Rule at the top does it, but definitely would have, I think, rather seen that Desert Marshal saved for the Xenon Cultist. But we do have, all right, so Wolfpaq is going to be able to draw some cards next turn, hopefully find a power off of this Wisdom. Shed's not looking in a bad place. We see that in Xenon Initiation, and so if he puts that on the Ephemeral Wisp and then just throws the Ephemeral Wisp at anything, the Ephemeral Wisp is going to be a 3/4 with Killer next time he plays a land.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, a power, yeah.
Yeah, that Ephemeral Wisp is going to be a big deal. Wolfpaq not having another Silence, not having Archive Curator in the list, having already used the Desert Marshal. This is not a list that has Steward or anything like that, because it's Chalice. So this is going to be a real pain in the ass. And also, Chalice just plays a lot of little dudes that are going to get absolutely gobbled up by this Ephemeral Wisp here.
Yeah, to that end, though, the fact that Chalice does play all these little dudes means that chump blocking is going to be a really big thing for Wolfpaq. So, like, Shed may not be able to actually force through that much damage over the long term, just because Wolfpaq is going to just be able to throw threat after, or like little chumper after little chumper in front of him.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, because I think he's going to just get so much card advantage. He's got the Obelisk. If anytime he draws a power, he just kills another thing and then makes a big dude from that Ephemeral Wisp. And then he's got 2 banishes for chalices. There's no way Wolfpaq is sticking a chalice and gaining any card advantage.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. I guess I'm just also looking at Wolfpaq's hand with the 3 vanquishes and the Harshal. So as soon as like things start getting kind of out of hand, Wolfpaq's got a pretty good reset.
That's fair. I think that Shed's units are gonna, or like a lot of value is gonna live through a Harshal with the Obelisk and the Ephemeral Wisp, and then just if he draws a Memory Dredger or something, like it could get crazy.
Yeah. All right. I'll cede the point. Ooh, all right. So here's the Ephemeral Wisp coming down. We're gonna be able to immediately take care of that Copper Hall Bailiff.
But yep, there's a Desert Marshal that Wolfpaq drew. And that is going to turn off those shenanigans. Still a 4/5 though. Still a threat.
Which puts it perfectly into Vanquish range.
Yep, and now those Vanquishes and those Harshals are a lot more relevant, because Shed lost his biggest form of card advantage there.
Yes, however, the Zenith Obelisk is actually huge here, right? Because the Zenith Obelisk is preventing the Copper Hall Bailiffs from just swinging in every turn and stacking up War Cries like crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, however, this 2/4 Blistering Wasp actually might, do something. Might do a little thing here. So, a 12-turn clock. It's fine. We'll see where we get. All right. So we are playing 4 Dark Return and the Slumbering Stone. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going over what Shed. Shed's got a lot of gas that he just has not drawn yet. Actually, I do like this deck. I do like this deck. I might put it together. Who knows? We'll see.
Who knows? I know you like losing, so.
Oh, hey, how you doing there?
I'm fine.
All right. So Shed's still sitting with his 2 banishes. We do see the Dark Return. Is there not a great target for it right now? I mean, you could get a 6/7 Ephemeral Wisp, but again, Wolfpaq just sitting with his multiple Vanquishes. We might see it now after this harsh rule, and then Shed's just going to be horribly disappointed once that Vanquish comes down. But Wolfpaq is sitting on almost nothing here.
Yeah, now this is a bit more even. Obviously, if he draws a Chalice, he'll be a little disappointed.
Ooh.
Because of and that Obelisk actually is going to be pretty annoying for Shed here, just because that Memory Dredger gets answered.
Memory Dredger gets answered, but he's probably still thinking, hey, I'm okay. I've got this Dark Return. I just get it back. But Wolfpaq has the 3rd Vanquish in hand, so I'm not going to play out exactly how Shed is hoping here.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is that if Wolfpaq draws Chalice, it's Shed can remove it, but that's just a 1-for-1 trade. So as long as but Wolfpaq, if he draws any of his other forms of card advantage, like Scouting Party or Channel the Tempest, Shed is a little bit out of luck. He's just sitting there with his banishes, not really able to play anything. He's pretty much out of gas now.
Yeah.
And Wolfpaq has options.
And we see the banish come down on the 3/2 Amber Acolyte, which I think is fine. Just start preserving the life total a little bit. Like, you're not under like a crazy amount of pressure, but you still need to be doing something. So I'm okay with this. Ooh, Sand Viper, that's going to be a good one. Be able to activate that next turn. That's going to provide blocks for quite a
target for Island's Choice. That's what's going to provide.
Only if he attacks, but who's attacking with Sand Viper?
Hey now.
Hey now. Right?
Yeah. Sand Viper
musical stylings.
I mean, I would have gone with, the other Hey Now, but
you're an all-star? You are an all-star.
Thank you.
You remember that game.
You're not, but thank
No,
you.
I'm here. I'm here to. Whoa, see, too mean, Gabe. Too mean.
All right. Sorry, I joke around all the time, but I love Mark. For anybody who doesn't know in the audience, Mark is my favorite, so that's why I do this to him.
No, it's good. So the Devourer actually was pretty big there. The Eileen's Choice coming through. That's why I didn't necessarily like the attack. However, we do see the Auric Interrogator. Hopefully that never attacks and it just kind of sits back there drawing a bunch of extra cards. However, this Channel the Tempest probably... You got to point the Channel the Tempest at the Auric Interrogator, right?
So I actually kind of like just harsh ruling the board.
Sure.
And then channeling after. But this works too. So a couple things happened there while we were messing around. So Auric Interrogator was one of Shed's only real ways to combat like actual card advantage that it wasn't Chalice and wasn't like, or it was just straight card advantage. Didn't require use of the Void or anything like that. That was one of his best draws there. But Wolfpaq drew the Channel, which was the cards, the kind of card advantage I was talking about that Shed just doesn't have an answer for.
Yeah. And I actually, the more I'm thinking about it, I do like the Channel line better because Harsh Rule, then you're left with a 4/4 flyer in play, which seems less than
that's
great.
That's true.
All right, so now I have to imagine we're going to see a silence come down on the Auric Interrogator, which is
So this signals
okay. Now we're setting up for Harsh Rule. Here we go. Okay, or maybe not. Do we have? Oh, so Shed, I think, was actually contemplating banishing his own Slumbering Stone there.
Yeah, perhaps. Mayhaps.
There's a little bit. I mean, 2 banishes still in hand, a whole bunch of power. I think it's a reasonable line to consider.
So yeah, if you're Shed here, I mean, obviously he doesn't know exactly what's in Wolfpaq's hand, but I feel like he just wants to sit and draw as many cards as he can before Wolfpaq gets tired and decides to harsh roll.
Yeah, and I might start attacking in with the. No, well, before the Combat Healer came down. Ooh, another harsh roll. You just fire off a harsh roll now, right? Maybe not. Like you don't have any follow-up threats. Maybe you have to wait until you have a Chalice before you can harsh roll.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in favor of harsh rolling. I don't know. I value Shed getting cards really highly. I think that's
true.
That would be how he loses. So I think the harsh roll is important.
Eileen's choicing the Auric. Okay.
So this way he doesn't lose a bajillion units, but he just gets the Combat Healer banished anyway. I'm not. It was an interesting line of play. I probably would have chump blocked and then harsh rolled. Now he's committed a lot more cards into this harsh roll, and he's getting less out of it. So, whoa, double! Look at that's a lot of cards. Oh boy.
Yep. All right, so we're drawing 2 cards. Harsh roll now is going to leave behind that 4/4 flyer. This is all right. Shed's looking pretty good. If I saw Shed out and about, might walk up and say, "Hey, I like the style you got going on. It's very nice." There's the harsh rule.
That's very nice of you.
Oh, I'm a kind guy. So now we have that 4/4 flying vengeful gargoyle from the Entomb trigger from that.
Did he just not play an obelisk that he could have played? Am I wrong? Oh no, he wanted to play this 10/10 Copper Condor. Excuse me.
Well, unfortunately, that harsh rule is going to have something to say about that.
Yeah, and he's drawn another one. How many harsh rules is this?
I think this is all 4 harsh rolls now.
Classic.
Or 3. Oh, it is all 4. It's all 4. Casual. However, that is a 5/7 Blistering Wasp. Channel doesn't even answer it at this point because it only gets him up to 6.
It does deal face damage though. That is a real thing.
Oh wow! All right, and so Chalice can't even be played and activated this turn. I do like playing the unit first. All right, so now we're down to a 4/7 for the Blistering Wasp. This is going to be really close, this game. Much closer than I actually thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we had gotten to a point where after Wolfpaq is done harsh ruling, Shed just has every card in his deck is nuts with these 2 obelisks. But he's at 5 life. That is not a large amount.
No, and that's why like this Arc Interrogator might be a little bit of a liability. Honestly, if I'm Wolfpaq there, I'm just going to try to do everything I can to just stall, right? And leave that, leave the Interrogator in play.
I think that Shed has ways to sacrifice units, and also it's just a huge, like,
the only way
kill...
the only way is Devour for sacrificing units, and then we've already seen one played, which means there's only 2 left in the deck.
That's true. He could also, I think, banish. Can you banish allied units, or can you only banish enemy units? But either way,
it isn't just enemy units. All right, so my line earlier of banishing his own units, you can't do that. Yep. So I was wrong. But why was there that pause? He didn't have any blockers. I
think there was like maybe a relic or something that he could hit. But what I was gonna say is that just the Auric Interrogator did what, like 7-8 damage, like dealing 1 damage to himself a turn kills him in 6-5 turns, however much life he was at, and kills Wolfpaq much faster. So that's why.
Well, I guess I meant because the scouting party had also been drawn, which means that you're going to be able to flood the board and you're going to be able to go a lot wider. So those 2 extra points of damage. Just leaving it around for even 2 more turns, getting him down to 3, you'll just be able to swing around his like 2 to 3 units that he has in.
And I think this scouting party seals the game up.
Yes, I would 100% agree. Right? Shed doesn't. Yeah, I was about to say I don't think Shed has anything that we'd be able to pull them out. Interesting.
Not unless he's got plague.
Yeah, no plagues in the main board or in the side. I am looking. Wolfpaq has a Valkyrie Enforcer in their board. How do you feel about that over a Curator?
Bad, not good.
Okay. the insights are real. Thank you, Gabe. But no, all right. So how do you think the sideboarding is going to go for this matchup?
So I think on Wolfpaq's side, Sandstorm Titan is good, mostly because it's a good card, unlike some of the other cards in Wolfpaq's deck. I think Vision of Austerity is pretty good because of Obelisk. I think there's only 2 obelisks, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 obelisks. I was about to say I don't know if I'm bringing in visions.
Yeah, okay, and there's only 1 more on the board for Shed, so he probably doesn't need the visions. Backlash, I don't think he needs. Scorpion Wasp, I don't think he needs. So I'm mostly looking at the Valkyrie Forces and the Sandstorm Titans. Silence is pretty valuable against these cards like Ephemeral Wisp, and even Sand Viper and Interrogator and Memory Dredger. So that's what I'm looking at. But on Shed's side, he's got some cat burglars. I don't think those are coming in.
Well, he definitely did bring them in. There are 3 cat burglars in his deck now.
So. I haven't. You don't play this trick on me. Is this for real? I wasn't watching.
Yeah. No, Shed's got 3. So Shed has gone down to 2 Devour. He's got the 3 cat burglar in there. Trying to figure out what else he cut. He's still trying to make 1 more cut.
Okay, well, the cat burglar does hit Chalice.
Yeah, it hits Chalice. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, what are you bringing in over that?
Not cat burglar. A Sandstorm Titan, Twin Brood Sauropod, Predatory Carnosaur, another Obelisk.
Well, he did bring in the Twin Broods. He did bring in the Twin Broods.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what else.
And he did bring in the 3rd Obelisk as well.
Oh, so he cut the Wisps. So if Wolfpaq is going on that more silence heavy route, that's going to be 1 less target there. Let's see.
I think he's trying to bring them back in now, but I'm not sure. But I like that he's going for a more aggressive plan. He's recognizing in this matchup he's the aggressor. He's got to kill Wolfpaq before Wolfpaq draws 3 channels or 3 scouting parties or whatever and just takes over.
I think you're fine going down to, since you have the 4 banish, I think you're fine going down to 2 cat burglar. I don't think you need all 3.
Yeah, so the reason I don't like cat burglar, I know some people probably like, what are you talking about? It's the Chalice is an important card. But it's just only Chalice, right? Is there a single other target in Wolfpaq's deck that gets hit by Cat Burglar?
If they were running another relic, then yes.
Okay, so it's very likely you're just going to play Cat Burglar and be like, oh, they don't have Chalice. Well, that's interesting. I played a 3-2.
Well, I mean, like that's what I said. I think I like it. I like bringing in 2 of them. I don't think you need all 3 in this matchup, especially since you have the Banish. If Banish was not in this list, then I would say bring in all 3 Cat Burglars just to hedge as best you can. But it looks like our players are getting into their.
Yeah, let's get in there.
All right. Boom. All right, and so we see Shed already playing an Ephemeral Wisp. Wolfpaq played a couple power, nothing else, nothing committed to the board just yet. So we'll see. All right, here's an Interrogator coming down on Shed side. Wolfpaq just playing power, just doing its little thing with the Temple Scribes. It's good.
Yeah, and he's got double justice. He's gonna have this Bailiff, which is gonna make it pretty hard for this Interrogator to get to 5 attack.
Ooh, wombo combo of Devour on Ephemeral Wisp into power, bring it back, almost like nothing happened there. I'm a fan. Ooh,
almost like that's exactly what that card is in there for.
Oh, Xenon Initiation on the Arc Interrogator. Gonna start drawing some cards real early. I'm liking Shed's position a lot more to this game.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's going to get shut down by either the Desert Marshal or the Copper Hall Bailiff here. But most notably, the Scorpion Wasps came in, right? Those were not in the main board, right?
No, the Scorpion Wasps were definitely from the side. So that's for the Memory Dredgers, maybe? Like you're worried that like Vanquish and the Choices won't hit it?
That's true. All right, that's fair for Memory Dredger. But I still think there's maybe better cards. Although I wasn't a big fan of the Dilfex Stalker, so if that's what he took out, then that's fair.
Okay, yeah, no, I think that's a very adequate swap. Cat Burglar, as you pointed out, not actually doing anything here. All right, well, there's the Annihilate. We're still going to get in for 7 this turn.
I mean, the good thing about Cat Burglar is that it is still a 3/2 deadly. It's it still has synergy with Dark Return because you can get another activation out of it, and still works with Shed's whole overall game plan. So it should do a perfectly fine job of killing Wolfpaq.
Ooh, and so here I would have liked to see the Desert Marshal come down too. Go ahead and get rid of that Cat Burglar and silence the Ephemeral Wisp. Just get all of that taken care of, and then next turn you get to Scouting Party.
Yeah, I think that is fair. I just don't think Ephemeral Wisp is the #1 priority target.
I agree, but you save so much life, you get another unit off the board, and then like you have like the silence is actually relevant, right? Like I don't think like the Sand I guess like straining the Sand Viper as a 1/2 instead of a 3/4 is kind of a big deal, but like in this matchup I feel like the deadly doesn't actually mean that much.
Yeah, I agree. I think most things will die to most things in this matchup. Outside of this Combra Healer, that premium Cat Burglar now silenced. That is sad.
Uh-oh.
That is a reason to bring in.
Yeah, all right. So maybe Wasp was better than I was giving it credit for.
Yeah, I totally was not underestimating it at all at any point.
No, it's just perf. If whenever I think of your name, Gabe, it's just perfect. That is what comes to mind. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna start seeing some Valkyrie Enforcer beatdowns. This should be there's another Scorpion Wasp. All right. I feel like you're playing Scouting Party. Like you've already committed the fact that you're just drawing, like you're just trying to force through some damage. Like I guess I don't know. I probably would have attacked
with the Scouting Party.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he just lose like everything?
He loses all of them but one. But then you get in 4 more points of damage over there. Then you still have one. Like I guess like I don't know why play it, right?
Just
like why play it if you weren't going to try to like force some extra damage through, especially when you have the harsh one on hand.
I think to be power efficient, but yeah, I think because now this turn he can play Chalice and activate it, and he still has the Yetis out and stuff like that. I think that was the big reason. But I'm not into him attacking. I kind of like him just sitting on it. It is awkward with Harsh Rule, but like, what is Shed gonna do? Play some 1-2s? Like I'm just not. I'm from Wolfpaq's position. I'm not concerned at all. Right? I just have a 3/3 flyer. Many games have been ended by a lone 3/3 flyer. Many games of Eternal. So
Yeah, I mean, like, and I definitely agree with that. It's just more of just keep it in hand so that way you can Harsh Rule later and then immediately refill the board and then refill your hand was kind of my thinking. Ooh, so Vision did come in. Shed did go up to 3 obelisks, so it's slightly better here, but...
And can you guess what his last card in his hand is?
Would it be an obelisk? And
Correct.
Guessing, didn't have to guess too terribly hard, considering I can see it. Yeah. However,
he's dead. He is dead.
Yeah. All right. So I honestly thought the Xenon Killers deck was going to put up a little bit better of a fight, but everybody bow down to our Lord and Overmaster's Chalice. So looks like this round also blazing fast. Everybody's just like, you know what? Even the Chalice players we got to speed up our game a little bit. So,
I mean, can you really call that a Chalice deck? It's running Scouting Party and Dilfex Stalker.
I can get behind it. Dilfex Stalker becomes a 4/4 killer if Chalice is out. There's definitely choices that I would have made otherwise, but like I think it's an interesting take on the deck. Yeah, I don't hate it.
Fair. I think really what we learned is that Channel the Tempest and Harsh Rule beats Ephemeral Wisp because that card still isn't good. But one day,
I believe. So that is going to be it for the round. Well, let me just tell you guys a bit about our lovely Eternal Tournament series. And Gabe, if you ever want to chime in, feel free. But let me just tell you, they're free, okay? You got no reason not to play. If you enjoy the game Eternal and you want to get a little bit of tournament practice, just sign up every Saturday. We're having some sort of tournament. Most of the time, it's going to be our weekly ETS series. Sometimes it's going to be Last Chance Qualifier. Sometimes it might be something a little bit more fun on Sundays. All of our tournaments right now, very free. Come out and play. No reason not to. You do well in the weekly tournaments. And then you get to go to the Invitational, potentially. Do well in the Invitational, get to go to our big old championships at the end of the year and at the mid-year. Again, all of this is free. And once you start getting into the Invitational side of things and then our mid and end-year championships, all of those actually have prize payouts. So there's no reason. So I implore everybody, come and play. Even if you think your deck, might not be there, it's going to be a great experience. You're not losing anything other than a couple hours of your time that you would have been playing Eternal anyway. So I would highly recommend it. If you are curious about any additional information, make sure you go over to aReNGeeternal.com. We've got a whole little tournament section right there. Give you all the fun stuff, or hit somebody up in the Discord. Everybody's very friendly. We like to talk about our stuff. Gabe, you got anything else to add there?
Not really. I will add that I like to talk, as has been noted before, and I'm going to agree with you on that point. So you definitely hit anybody up on, especially me, on Discord or Reddit or whatever platform is preferred for you.
Oh, that's going to be a constant thing now. Everybody, please just spam Gabe with just utter nonsense. But with that, I think that's going to be it for this round. Looks like last match is already in, so this should be a pretty quick turnaround for us, everybody. So we will be back very quickly. We'll see you guys then.